Hello guys, and we are back with our second stream of today. Normally we don't have two whole streams. However, today is one of those days where things are just a little bit different because of the fact that obviously we are having a second set of streams today. The only reason why we're having more than one stream is fairly simple, right? Today we had our bonus celebration stream, so now we're just having our regularly scheduled stream, although it might not go for the full 2 hours since we do have our 2-hour stream earlier today. So this one may be an hour, hour and a half. We'll see exactly how things are feeling. But yeah, if you guys were at that house party earlier today, thank you so much for stopping by. Things are... So, yeah. Full stream earlier today. Full 2 hours. Actually, it was 2.5 hours. It might have been our longest stream that we've ever done, because normally they are 2 hours on Sunday, and then 1 hour on Monday. But they were longer earlier, so I don't know why I'm manually walking up here. I should have used the teleport function. Regardless, we walked the whole way up here manually because we're just cool like that, I guess. So we're not gonna go for a Noggoth kill. That's a bit much ingredients. We're gonna get our chicken. You know, whichever one it is here. But we need to get the ingredients. Why am I oh no, actually it wasn't even this one that we want to do. We want to do the first errand, which is 22 bananas. We want to get our 22 bananas. Why am I not able to, off the top of my head, remember where I meant to get this from? First errand. Let's see. Quest. First errand, and then we need to get the bananas. They are going to be from the gorilla fence in Arkin Grove. Okay. Oh, there's nobody here. Okay, thank God. I was going to say, I just joined a open lobby. So, I might have other people here, but fortunately I'm not having to deal with that, so that's awesome. There always seems to be somebody farming these gorilla fence for one reason or another. So these guys are a quick kill, but I think there's one other place that I can remember now. Power up to, I think it's 7. Okay, yeah, there we go. There's a red gorilla fence. Is there a room with more than one though? There's one with 2. Is there a room with 3? Tell me that there's a room with 3. If not, we are stuck with that room of 2. There we go, room of 3. And these guys have 21,000 health. Wonderful. Okay, so this might be a while. 1 banana. 2 banana. Not me casually farming for bananas in Adventure Quest Worlds. Of all the things I could be farming for, I'm farming for bananas right now. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. Hopefully that stream as well was enjoyable earlier today. Oh Jesus. Excuse me, sorry. Didn't mean to yell in y'all's ears like that. But that was a rough sneeze. Ooh, somebody's here with me. Awesome, that's even better, because that means it's going to be quicker. Probably farming the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and wait. Oh, nope, never mind. He was going quick as heck. Yayo! What's up, Lovey Q and Noirs? Thank you for the bless you. Thank you, my man. Yeah, I was wondering if anybody was gonna say it, because usually when there's not a lot of people in the stream, things are quiet, right? Like right now we got 7 people in the stream. Not a crazy low number, especially since we just started up, and as the stream's up for longer, it will increase. But yeah. Here we go. I can't remember if these bananas... Actually, I don't even think I've ever done this quest. Can't remember or think of if these bananas stack up past 22. I guess we'll kill quite a few afterwards and see if we get a drop or not. And if we still don't get a drop, then we'll start over maybe. Okay, it skipped straight to 23, so it does stack overboard. I wonder how high though. That's going to be the next question, right? How high does it stack past 22? Also, you get pre-farmed bananas for Arcana Concerto later, so big pro tip, and I think high gear for Tlapd. What is Tlapd? T-L-A-P-D. And Arcana Concerto. I don't know what either one of those are, I'm not gonna lie to you. Talk like a pirate day. What's Arcana? So Talk Like a Pirate Day is T-L-A-P-D. What is Arcana Concerto? I don't know if I can hold on to bananas. Are they a temper? Oh no, they are a permanent item actually. What do they stack? So that means I can actually check and see how much they stack to. A banana. They stack up to 222. So that's 10 mission turn-ins plus 2 extra bananas. Is one of the big... Why is it only on my phone? It's one of the... It's blocked by the heart too. I can't see what it actually says. One of the big boy forges you need for ultras later. You haven't done a lot of the forge enhancements yet. Right now I'm working on getting Dragon of Time, as well as making my Dragon of Time guide. Because Dragon of Time is one of the steps for, what is that shit called? My brain is not fully working right now. I'm tired, I'm exhausted. We did that big stream earlier and I was already tired when I did that. So, what I am trying to think of is... Valiance. I'm trying to farm for Valiance right now, but I'm also trying to make my guide on Dragon of Time. So we're doing Dragon of Time stuff on this stream, mostly. And then we are going to move on to maybe some merge farms, depending on how far I get into this, because I need to grind some gold as well right now. Like right now I'm really low in gold. I have like 11 million, and then I need 25-ish million for Flame Dragon. And Flame Dragon is what I am going to need for Valiance as well. What? So, big boy grind, big boy forge eyes. Hopefully you started your Dracoth armor dailies. Oh yeah, I have Dracoth armor already. I can't even remember if that's a requirement for Valiance or not. I kind of just did Dracoth armor for funsies. I probably should double check my Valiant stuff. I kind of got distracted starting my Dragon of Time stuff and didn't even look at what I needed for the rest of Valiance. Completely forgot about it. Wasn't it like Eternal Dracoth armor actually is what I need for that? God, I can't remember. I think that might have been the case, and I don't know how to get Eternal Drakath armor yet. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Drakath armor wasn't bad though. I think it was stupid easy to get actually. At least comparatively to some of this endgame stuff. I haven't finished my Flame Dragon armor either now that I think about it. So we have quite the way to go to get Valiance. Eternal Drakath, if I'm remembering that correctly, is what we need. We need to get that. We need to get Flame Dragon. We need to get Dragon of Time. And Drakath armor requires Blowing Light, doesn't it? Wow. See, when I played this game back in the day, I did not get very far in it all. I was a small child. I didn't know what was going on. I don't even remember what max level was back then. It was like the very beginning max level of the entire game. Like, the game didn't even have a lot of the 13 Lords of Chaos in the game yet. Like, they were still adding them, if I'm remembering correctly. So, like, there was not much content in the game at all. So coming back, there's like just so much stuff to do in this game. And some of the stuff just takes so long, like this right here, just one step of Dragon of Time wants me to do the Collectible Collector, the Sword of Voids, the Darkon Receipts, everything else. And to get the Darkon Receipts, I have to do 100 of other, you know what I mean? It's just so much. LL saying the first thing Yvette told me Devarn was Vord High Lord. Yeah. See, I don't talk to a lot of people in this game. Like, the only time I really speak to people is on stream, because I'm a big-time solo player, right? So, like, the only time that I get advice or information, really, from people is on streamers, if I'm looking stuff up on my own. And, like, that's how I do a lot of my guides, actually, is, like... to make my guides, I watch, like, a guide or 3 of, like, something, if it's, you know, how many guides it is. Sometimes the guides that I make, there's not a single other guide out for it. So then I like check Reddit, I check Facebook, I check this or that, see what other people have to say. I do some of my own research in the game, and then I make my own guide. You know, I try to include what other people include, but also add my own little like twist to it, or my higher quality like production values than some of the other people, you know. Or like other stuff that has lots of videos on it. I try to take what they did, look at what the other person who might have made the same video on did differently. Kind of compare those things, look at Reddit, but just take whatever information I have and other people have, and just try to make a better, higher quality product of it overall. I got proper direction when I got Arch Paladin. Yeah, I didn't get any direction with that either. I figured everything out for that on my own. I didn't get any direction with anything I've done in this game, really. I did 99% of it myself, and yeah. Every now and then I got stuck a video and all that, and that's what started me on the YouTube journey of making content, actually, was how low quality so much stuff and how much information is missing on so many things. I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna make my own stuff. What am I farming, Jeremiah asks? I am farming bananas. I know. Crazy, right? I'm farming bananas to get Darkon Receipts and Adventure Quest Worlds. I'm getting a ton of Ethereal Essence, though. I wonder if there's anything I can use that for outside of the Forge Helm enhancements. Because I'll have to look that up at some point, but yeah, I already have all the Forge Helm enhancements, so going for all this Ethereal Essence now, or getting all of it rather, is... almost feels like a waste, right? 'Cause grinding that, it didn't take forever, it took a few hours at most, but getting all this extra hundreds of Ethereal Essence makes it feel almost like a waste. But yeah, we are farming bananas to get Darkon Receipts, to get Dragon of Time, to then, after getting Dragon of Time, get Valiance. Because that's just how they layer things at Adventure Quest Worlds. Do this, to do that, to do this, to do that, to do this, to do that, and then you have the one thing you actually wanted at the end. It's like layers on layers. Like, you know, whatever Shrek says. Ogres are like onions, they have layers. Whatever that's do. It's been so long since I've watched, so. Food luck, bro. Yeah. It's a grind. But yeah, thank you so much for the good luck. I'll get there. We all get there. Well, most of us do, right? Some people give up, but I can't give up. I gotta make the YouTube content. I gotta make the Twitch streams, the YouTube video guides, all that good stuff. Gotta modernize it, make it look better, make it look nicer, make it have more information, make it smoother, make it easier. All that good stuff, right? Legit, the most solid advice I got was setting streaks buyback, and the moment you're done with your vainglory, go immediately to farming with valiance and revenants. Yeah. I should have gotten vainglory. I don't know why I keep forgetting or skipping to do capes. It's also very different, right? Because like I said, I'm a returning player like some people, but I haven't played since way before any of this was a thing. So I don't know how good it really is. I just know that I'm doing fairly decent with what I already have. Although we will see how much my DPS and everything else goes up with vainglory. Or the capes rather. As well as vainglory. I probably wouldn't be as motivated to grind everything in this game if it wasn't for the fact that I was making content for my YouTube channel. I probably would have played something else, but I'm not sure actually. I can't say that with full confidence. But I can say that I definitely wouldn't be as motivated to press as hard if it wasn't for the fact that, you know, I'm trying to make higher quality, better guides for people, but also create entertainment, I guess, in a sense, right? Thank you everybody who has stopped by the stream. I know it's not our first stream of the day, so if you watched the first one, you're here again. I appreciate you guys coming in. Because it's definitely a lot in one day, right? So that's part of why we might have a shorter stream as well, actually, for this second stream. Pull up my Discord quick here. Here we go. Yeah, as far as those settings go, like, I sorted through a lot of those myself, because I kept, like, watching, for example, I was doing, like, a evil reputation farm. I looked at, like, the quests that were best for it, because I figured I found the best one, but I wasn't sure, and I was like, okay, well, it looks like most people are saying this. It was very irritating, because I was running back and forth from Gravelin, I mean, from Shadowfall to Graveyard. It made things so tedious, and I was like, there's no way people are doing this. Like, this is just so much extra effort. And I found, like, all these videos, they were, like, showing people, like, turning quests from their quest log and this, and I couldn't figure out how they were doing that. And then one day I just eventually, like, found something, I can't remember what it was, that actually, like, told me how I can do that with my settings, and I'm like, wow, like, because this is crazy. Like, I was like, are these guys using bots, or, like, what's going on, like... But yeah, you could turn in your quests from your quest log, and that was one of the best things I ever learned, and it was just because of the fact that so many people in their videos were using it, but not actually talking about it or how you do it or anything. Yeah, that's why I try my best. And that's why I try my best to keep everyone I can company, because it keeps them on their toes, and before they know they're done with their farm. Yeah, having other people keeps the motivation up, because obviously, you know, there's other people to play with, other people to talk with, other people to feel like a community with, or show off to, or anything else, any motivation that people might have. So that's not, you know, it's not incorrect to say I don't feel, because yeah, like I said, like the company of my YouTube community is a big part of why I do my grinds, right? That guides help people, yeah, views, great stuff. Because I mean, realistically, when it boils down to it and all that, like, if this was a channel that I was doing entirely off for, like, just money and, like, not out of passion or anything like that, there's so many other games that would be better, right, to create content for money. AQW's community is so small compared to so many others. Like, AQW might have, like, 6,000 to 9,000 concurrent players, whereas other games might have, like, 60 to 90,000 concurrent players, or 600 to 900,000, right? But this is a game that I choose to create content for, despite having a fraction of the player base and viewer base, because of the fact that this is what I am passionate about and I want to help people. it's a great feeling though to have like a good sense of community though, like I feel like I do with my Discord sometimes. I mean, we're working on growing our Discord for sure, but it's nice to have the small community I have currently with it, and every now and then have like someone join and interact with us more and more. We're building a guild, you know, just lots of stuff all at once. And we start from nothing, right? Because when I played this, I played entirely solo. My only inspiration to start my YouTube channel was just the lack of information out there. So I didn't I didn't have a community in the sense in this game. I was a solo guild. I played entirely on my own. Didn't have anybody that I played this game with. I didn't have a community here. None of that stuff. Oh, hey, what up? What's up, Katie? Cade, we didn't have a 100% plan to start a stream tonight. I mean, we do one every Sunday, right? I decided to do this one regardless, so. We are here to create our content and stream, chat, have a conversation, a dialogue, because that's the biggest thing with this game, right, is having a dialogue, I feel like, because I'm going to be farming gorilla fence potentially for the majority of the entire stream, so it's not the most entertaining thing to watch, more like something you throw in the background, throw on your second monitor, do your own grind, listen to some random guy mumble on about some nonsense, chat here and there. Yeah, but that's why I respect the hell of people like you, since it keeps the community alive and the game more lively. It's very much appreciated. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad to be helpful, right? I'm glad to be a part of a community and help you guys, especially as a solo player. That's like, otherwise I wouldn't be very helpful. I always feel nice too, like, when people would ask for help in this game before I started the YouTube content, I wasn't always the highest level, right? I wasn't even low 100 when I started streaming and making YouTube content for this game. When people would ask for help though, I'd still be that level 40, level 50, level 60, whatever have you, that like when someone joined battle and can I have help with this? Sure, I'll go to you, you know, just try and help people. And I think it's even cooler with YouTube, with my YouTube content now that I have all this experience and all these videos under my belt, and people can recognize my name, or I could be like, oh yeah, if you're having trouble with that, I mean, I have a whole video that explains how to do that. What are you sitting? I lag even though my PC is insane and it's good. See, man, I don't know. Everybody always asks me the same questions, right? They always ask me, why is my PC way better than you? I mean, way better than yours, and why are you not lagging, but I do? And my answer to that question is always, my PC has luck enhancements. I have no clue, man. All I have in my settings that's special is I have the graphics set to medium. I don't have it set to low. I don't have it set to high. I have my settings to only show my animations. I have the enemies locked in place, but I still have their animations on. Like, a lot of people will play with the enemies not moving or anything like that. And I just, you know, I just don't know. I don't have that crazy good of a PC, right? Like, I'm not rich. I'm actually pretty financially screwed at the moment. But, you know, hoping that YouTube kind of picks up a bit. I hit 1,000 subs, I can start getting monetization, right? Get ads so that I don't have to ask anybody for money, because it's the last thing I want to do is ask anybody for their money, you know what I mean? Like, money is hard to come by these days, so viewership and support is all that I ask for. Hello, Frosty Face. What's up, man? Hope you are having a good day. Welcome to the stream for the first time. I have not seen you before, so it is correct to say you or no. Granted, I don't remember anybody. I took you for your word anyway, so I don't even know why I said that. My brain is conflazzled. Not many hours of sleep. Big stream earlier today. People... I get tired. I'm grinding too currently for cosmetics, of course. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, great second monitor stream. Like, this isn't like you're gonna sit down, you're gonna be like, oh my god, this guy is the world's most entertaining thing. I love watching him kill gorilla fence 6,000 times in a row. This is like a good second monitor, throw on your phone stream type thing. So, wow, that gave a good amount of gold too. I'm happy about that. You mind if I join you? You mean Jing? Yeah, absolutely, Josiah Patterson. You can join me if you want, if you're also doing Dragon of Time, Dark on Receipts, any of that good stuff. So if anybody in the stream is going for Ethereal Essence for the helm enhancements, if you haven't gotten the Forge helm enhancements, if you want some help, you can join me here. Just join the Gravelin server and type in /go to ItsJingWeiAQW. You can be any level. If you're level 5, you're level 5, you know, 5 trillion, whatever you are. If you need ethereal essence or you don't already have Forge Helm enhancements, this is a decent spot to get it. Not the best, but I am killing these guys pretty quick, so if you want some free, easy ethereal essence, this would be the time to grab it by just bringing an AoE class here, no matter how weak or strong. You can also go to /join Garden. If you finish the storyline there, you pick up the Darkon Receipts quest for killing guys and getting bananas. Grab some here if you want. I don't ever mind if people join me, right? You guys are more than welcome to. You can join me just because you want to. You can join me because you want your farm to be sped up because it's a high-level person, you know, killing enemies for you. Any reason at all. Some people are very seclusive when they're on stream. They don't want people going to them. They hate when people bother them on stream. I'm the exact opposite. I'm very introverted and antisocial, but I'll never be mean to people or say no to them in the game. When it comes to just kind of hanging out or saying hello. I know some people get very frustrated with it if people go to them, say turn off go-tos. I'm not really like that. I mean, I always have them on. I don't bot, none of that, so. What server are you on? Yeah, I'm Gravelin. I think I said that. Hi, Ziva Sulin. Brandon Nunez, you have a Cape of All Guide. I have no Cape of All Guide, unfortunately. I don't think that's hard to get, though. I think you just gotta get... You just go there, pick up the quest. I know there's a couple of basic requirements getting the All Pass, however. You get the All Pass, pick up the quest, and then you go kill Binky. I know Binky's hard to kill, though, so it's not just as simple as go kill Binky, right? It's a flash game, so you can directly use your CPU, however you can force the game to run on your GPU by using lossless scaling. See, I don't do that. I don't know what lossless scaling is. I'm no PC nerd. I spent the past 10 years achievement hunting on Xbox. I was like at the top 1,000 nearly. I think I'm still top 1,500 in the world for gamer score. I just haven't done it recently, right? I think I'm like still top 20 in the world for tower defense, top 50 for survival, but I kind of retired from that. Kids started to become too much for me. I work full-time, all that. It gets very busy. I finally know how to pronounce Dage. You didn't know how to pronounce Dage? I could have taught you that. His name's not too hard. Oh well, someone's coming in here and killing them even faster than me, so... Whatever, I mean, that speeds it up for me. Thank you for that, I suppose. I already got them all, just want to help out. I appreciate that, Josiah. You're probably the one insta-killing these guys. I mostly extended that offer as well for those people who already, you know, haven't already done all that stuff, right? I mean, and even, I guess it goes even more so now that you're just here obliterating everything for me. Yeah. I don't directly ask for help in this game, really. I've done, like I said, I was talking to Noir about it before people started joining the stream. Like, we were at like 7 views, now we're at 20-some viewers just on YouTube alone. I was talking to Noir about the fact that I kind of like played this game solo always. Streaming's like the one spot where people kind of join in, help me out, where I help people out if they kind of come in. Quest where they chant his name, Dage. Yeah. You're like, Daggy, 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 but it's not Daggy, it's Dage. I don't know. I often joke that I have NASA's supercomputer because my game never lags, but it's literally just using my GPU. Yeah, maybe I should consider that, right, for some of the, what is it called? The much more laggy areas, but right now we're not in a super laggy area, so this ain't bad at all. You should help me do that. Daddy Dage, Jesus. I guess the way I was saying Daggy, you could hear it as Daddy if you really wanted to, but that is not what I was saying. YouTube just, I pulled up my phone because I got an email on Gmail. I rarely get emails on Gmail because my YouTube is tied to a Gmail, but I've always used Outlook over the years. So I'm like, oh, what did I get emailed about my YouTube? And my YouTube just like, get more out of your YouTube memberships. People that advertise that they have YouTube memberships, typically on average, get 333% more YouTube membership subscribers. And it's just like, okay, thanks. I try not to advertise that stuff too much, because I'm not trying to ask you guys for your money. I mostly expect people to like that are super interested in my channel are going to be the type of people that want to do that anyways, and they'll find that on their own. So, I won't talk about that much. We did get our first subscriber, I mean not subscriber, YouTube member today, so that was pretty cool during our, what is it called? Our celebration house party, the thing you see behind my head on the stream. We did that earlier today, and I got my first YouTube member. That was awesome. I mean, I only had it up for a couple of days. I didn't advertise it, so I didn't expect people to know or do it. So, but that was really cool. I use AOL for email. I don't know if you're joking or not, because AOL? Really? Are they still around? I literally have not heard the name AOL in ages, so I can't tell if you're joking or not. Like, it reminds me of the good old days when everybody used Yahoo. LMFAO, yeah. I mean, I don't hear anything but AOL, so I don't know if you're actually joking with me or not. You joke around about dumb stuff all the time, so. Also, if you guys have not hit that that follow button on Twitch or that subscription button on YouTube, make sure you guys hit that. You know, it's entirely free. It helps support the channel, and you know, it helps you get notifications for future streams if that's what you're into, or it helps you get notifications for future uploads. We also have a Discord, so it's Katie, if you could type an exclamation point Discord for me, please. That'll give you guys the link for the Discord if you guys want to join that. We do giveaways. That's where we do our giveaways for like people who want to be featured at the end of our videos. Like every day not every day, but every time I'm gonna upload a video, I always have one of those go up. People get to participate. It's free. Costs nothing. Not even like virtual currency or made up currency or anything like that. And you guys get a chance to be featured at the end of one of my videos. Typically do that for every single one of my videos. Apparently only a bit ago, whoever owned them charged some old lady like $46,000 because they raised her still growing AOL fees without telling her. Wouldn't drop it till they went to the news. Jesus. That work? I don't know if it did. I see we're both at the same thing. I'm a quest ahead of you. Oh yeah, Mythical. I saw that you were going for it in your stream. And I was like, I was going to invite you to do the grind together, but you're a step ahead of me, yeah. You do this. You do the streaming part. I do the and you get a lot of people that join in and help carry you. I typically don't stream too often, and usually I don't get people that carry, kind of like how they are now. I typically just get people that watch, which is perfectly fine and more than acceptable, right? But I also get slowed down a lot by the fact that I do the videos, but you're gonna have a kid here soon, so I know you're gonna experience some of my pain of having 3 kids slowing me down. Your 1 kid's gonna slow you down a good chunk. So you get to experience it. No sleep for the first few months because, you know, they're gonna be screaming all night. I can wait a second for you to catch up, huh? No, you're all good. You don't have to wait for me. It's gonna take me a while, because after I finish the stream tonight, I'm gonna spend some time with the wife, so I'm not gonna be grinding off stream. And then tomorrow I'm not sure what I'm doing. Tomorrow the wife goes back to work. She works Monday through Friday. So I'm gonna be all alone with the kids all day again. Woohoo me, haha. I'm gonna have that. I don't know what I'm gonna be working on tomorrow, so it'll take me a while to catch up, basically, is the point. Imagine spending time with loved ones instead of grinding AQW. I know, right? I mean, I've been spending a lot of time on AQW. I was talking about it earlier in my stream, I think in the other stream, was how I haven't been doing as much overtime at work, despite needing the money, so I can try and, like, grow my YouTube channel. Get early momentum going. So, and then time with the loved ones is obviously important, right? Like, I spend time with the kids, the wife. We both work full time and we work opposite shifts. I only get to see her Saturday morning for a couple hours, Monday afternoon for a couple hours, and then Sundays we both have off. So, not too often I get to spend time, right? Okay. Anyways, I'll see you around. Gotta get back to my stream and take my dog out later, man. Oh, I didn't know you're still streaming. I appreciate you stopping by even though you're streaming. You know? So, I appreciate you offering to wait. But I would just keep going. Don't let me hold you back. I will be there one day. Spend time with Cicero for companionship. Don't you have a partner, Sadie? Come on. And then you spend a lot of your time chatting with me and Spicy in the Discord. Hell, the three of us probably make up for like 80 to 90% of the messages sent in that Discord. Chatting up a storm always. I didn't see the Discord link pop up though when you type Discord, which is weird. Huh. I did the exclamation Discord chat, and it shows that the YouTube didn't receive it, which is weird. But Twitch did, and it worked for Twitch, which is crazy, because if we look at the YouTube, the viewer numbers are always way bigger on the YouTube for us. I don't know why we don't get a Twitch audience, typically. Like, Twitch is anywhere from, like, 1 to, like, 7 viewers that we get, typically. Whereas YouTube is always at least in the teens. So I don't know what goes on there with the Twitch stuff, but... Let's get that Darkon's debris. It doesn't even look good, but, you know, get that Darkon's debris, but we didn't get it. That's fine. I'll just cry a little bit, you know. Hello, somewhere not here currently. They wandered off to Europe currently. Oh, your partner's in Europe right now? That's interesting. I think someone just sent a message over there. I didn't see it. Farming dark on receipt. Yeah. Wandered off to Europe. I wish I could afford to go to Europe or something just for a bit, right? I can't ever go anywhere besides home. I actually went out today. We went out for dinner. Her mom was able to babysit, and we were able to go out for dinner. And I think that's the first time I've gone out in literally months. I never get to go anywhere thanks to these kids. Kids make, one, everything so expensive so that you don't have money for anything. And two, they take up so much of your time. It's a bit rough. Travel for work sucks though. Yeah. At least they probably pay for her travel, I imagine. Or his travel. I don't know their gender, but yeah, hopefully at least pay for the travel, so it's also cheap then too. It's all the sushi you have. Tamago, that's my favorite. Not technically sushi, but usually. I don't know what that is. I'd never had like real sushi before, so that was like my first time. We actually, I didn't even really have the money to pay for it. I did it on a credit card that I might end up accruing fees on, because I might not be able to pay it on time. But we only still went to it because of the fact that I had promised her it for her birthday, which was literally a couple months ago, but we weren't able to do it till now because of not being able to have a babysitter. So it took me a couple months to be able to actually take her out for her birthday present, or one of her birthday presents. But we got it done finally, so that's nice. She never had sushi before either, actually. Just went to turn the light on there. It was getting dark in here. I know I'm starting to look like a shadow. Tamago is like a sweet egg. I don't think that's what we had then. I didn't have eel. She tried the eel one. I did not try the eel one. sweet egg on rice, very good. Okay, yeah, because the way I'm looking at it on my phone, there's, I don't know if anybody else is watching on their phone, like, but like there's like that little heart that shows over the bottom right. It blocks off a little bit of the text on the right side of the screen. Very unfortunate, but like it makes it hard to read some of you guys' messages to be able to properly respond to it. Because, oh Jesus. The reason why you guys see the restream thing at the top right corner of the screen, it's $20 a month to pay for it properly, and yeah, that's money I don't have. I think I'm already paying like $16 a month for my video editing app, $5 a month for the photo editing app, all that stuff. Another $20 for that is just not something that's in the budget right now. So you guys get that restream at the top right, but I don't stress it too hard because no one's complaining about it. It's not really blocking anything, right? Like it is blocking like the quest progression a tiny bit. No, not even. It's just really tiny in the corner. So nice. Welcome back to the stream, Brentino. Hope you're doing well. I said Brentino. It's Brentnino. Brentnino? I don't know. Break out the unregistered hypercam too. Yeah, those good old days, right? I have that text overlay, and I'm not gonna put the $20 to get rid of it. I mean, it would allow me to like stream on Rumble as well, and then also like Facebook or whatever else. But I don't think I have a Facebook audience or a Rumble. I don't even know what Rumble is. We'll start there, right? So. But yeah. I don't know who streams to. I mean, people stream to Facebook, but those are usually like just chatting or whatever, right? Or people to their friends. But I'm just saying, like the whole point of like this Restream app or something like that is I get to stream to 2 things at once for free. Because like Streamlabs wants to charge like $17 a month. Restream wants to charge like $18 or $20 a month if you. If you want to get rid of their overlay, or if you want to stream to 1 extra. I think it's 2, and then $20 a month gets you 3 or something like that. And it's like, what would I even do for the 3rd one? TikTok? I don't update my TikTok at all, because like the very little I've used it, it's a really crappy app. I've never used TikTok outside of like trying to put my shorts on there for my YouTube channel, and I just don't like TikTok. It's like the lowest budget, lowest quality garbage app I've ever used. Like, nothing but crashes on my phone, nothing but literally just outright not working on the computer. I don't know how that ever got popular. Ever. I don't know how TikTok ever got popular. Hello, Ryuza Kill. I'm just gonna call you Ryuza. Hello and welcome to the stream, my dude. I hope you're doing well today. There's community on Facebook, but no streamers. Yeah, there is a Facebook community, but no streamers. I did see that, because there's like the Love One or whatever group that's pretty big, and I always try to post in that one here and there, and every time I try to post on it, they say like, I mean, they just literally don't accept or decline my posts. Ever. I don't know why. And I've tried to do it on 2 different accounts. My individual account before I started YouTube, and then my YouTube account. They just kind of, I don't know what's wrong with them, but they make me not like them at all. Reddit. There's some decent stuff in Reddit. I know that whenever I posted in Reddit, there was some guy that had something negative to say on every single post I ever made. And then he always said it's to protect the AQW community because he cares so much about making sure that everything's perfect for them, despite posting hot garbage all the time. Didn't do any of that stuff when I streamed. Yeah, I mean, I just dual stream, right? I mean, like a lot of what you did for streaming though was very different. Like if you're streaming a bunch of like big games, like AAA games or whatever, you just gotta hope that people stop by or people advertise or you have like something specific going on, like that people decide that they like about you one way or another, or just get outright lucky. But thankfully I'm doing something like AQW where I have to rely on that stuff a lot less, but my maximum community is also going to be a lot smaller because AQW community is small. It doesn't mean that I don't appreciate them, so Everything said on Reddit is negative. Yeah. There's a lot of negativity on there. There is some positivity. Like every single post, I think, where that person was being real negative, there's always at least one person defending me from the actual weirdo. And his stuff got, like, deeply negative voted too, so. But Reddit is an extremely negative website. I've always heard that Twitter is extremely negative too. I'd never used Twitter in my whole life, really. I created a Twitter as well for this channel to, like, advertise the giveaway a little bit, reach out to like the community manager and everything like that for AQW. Got ignored by the community manager on Reddit, got ignored by the community manager on Twitter, got ignored by Artix by email and by Instagram and Facebook. So I just got outright ignored in every way possible by the people that developed the game, which, you know, you'd think you'd want to support your creators, whatever, but I guess not. Despite the fact that I know they comment on other people's stuff and respond to them, even smaller creators than myself even, which is kind of nuts to me. Definitely frustrated me a bit there. Yeah, Twitter's a cesspool. I mean, that's what I've always heard, is that it's a cesspool. I kind of got it, because there was like this one Twitter page that, like, if you host giveaways or whatever, they post every single giveaway. And if you tag them, so I tagged them and everything, reached out to them, they ignored my reach out to them, and they didn't repost my giveaway either. So I don't know what they had a problem with me there. To be frank, the devs are probably kind of busy right now. No, they're busy, but I mean, they were interacting with stuff that was outright put after me. So, you know, they just kind of skipped over me. That's why I got a bit frustrated there. But yeah, is what it is. Yeah, I think I've been on Twitter one time, and that was not even because of, like, so basically there was like a copy pasta years and years, like probably at least a decade ago. I like made a small twist on it and like made it seem like I super 100% believed it on Facebook one time a couple years ago, and it got like tens of thousands of reacts on my main Facebook, on my actual Facebook profile, to the point that I eventually archived it and shut it down. But it also got reposted on Twitter and everything like that. I got hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views. And I'm just like, I've really just trolled like hundreds of thousands of people, but if not over 1 million people, between Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, all that stuff, despite not being on any of them. And I don't quite know how it got to the point that it did, but I thought it was beautiful, but it eventually got to the point that I was getting outright harassed. So I ended up shutting it down. If I was a worm, could I still be a mod? Why do you... First you ask, Spicy if you were a worm if he would still bully you. And now you ask me if you were a worm if you could still be a mod. I don't know, man. That's a tough question, right? Are you able to ban people with your wormsiness? Or are you going to be a non-sentient worm that just acts like a normal worm? Because if you just act like a normal worm, I don't know if that's very useful as a mod. Thoughts on botters? I mean, don't bot. I mean, if someone really wants to bot at this point, I mean, so many people have botted on EQW that I don't even know if it really matters at this point. Obviously, I don't think positively of botters. I don't know if anybody thinks positively of botters, right? Some people might have a neutral view on botters, but I think botting's pretty sad. And it's very disappointing. Like, I understand you want stuff in the game, but I don't understand the point of playing a game if you're not going to play the game, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're playing the game to play the game, so play the game. But if you're not going to play the game, don't play the game at all. Like, a lot of people complain that a large portion of the player base is botters, and it is true. I mean, a large portion, but I think it's just, why bot a game you're skipping playing the game. Yes, some parts aren't interesting or fun, but every MMO is like that. If you've ever, I don't get the feeling that a lot of AQW players have ever played another MMO, because what people don't seem to realize is like the grindiness isn't exclusive to AQW. Like, I mean, you play Albion online, you can spend hours, days, weeks, months, years grinding out your like resources to get to the max tier. Or you could do that same thing for crafting or farming, and you could do that infinitely. You could be stuck doing one thing, not for days, not for weeks, not for months, for years, and still have stuff left to grind on it. And like, that's just one example, right? You got World of Warcraft. You know, that game has so many grinds and everything since day one. Now you got classic World of Warcraft, which is actually different from it, right? It took a different path. You have Osiris, or at least I call it Osiris. It's old school RuneScape. All these games are super grindy, super grindy things. Some things are meant to be botted, like hard and long quests or repeated quests, but they're not designed to be botted though. They're typical MMO grinds is what I'm getting at. It's just people. I feel like a lot of people that play EQW have never played an MMO before and don't understand what it actually means to earn something. I mean, part of playing a game is to have fun, and I don't fully understand how someone could have fun by being, oh yeah, I mean, you might have spent days or weeks or months grinding for that, and that's great and all that, and you might feel heavy level satisfaction for yourself, but I'm just a botter who put, you know, somebody else's code that isn't even mine into my computer, and now I have an item that I did nothing to earn, and I don't feel proud of myself because I'm just very empty who had a computer system do it for me. In a game of all things, like if this game had like real life value, like I could understand botting, or like you're doing it for money, you're doing it, you know, because it's adding quality to your life. But when you're kind of just doing it to skip playing the game that you're, you know, I don't see the point. I'm not gonna say someone's a loser for botting, but I am gonna say that it's a very sad thing to do. Never botted myself. Yeah, I mean, I've never botted myself either, and I pride myself on the fact that I haven't and I won't, because the fact that by then, I know that I earned everything myself, and I didn't have a computer do it for me. Like, at least with microtransactions, you can outright say, like, you know, it has the IOTA tag on it, like the NSOD IOTA or the Radiant Goddess of War IOTA. It's like, you know, it says it on there. It shows that you paid for it, and you know that you paid for it, and you know that you didn't earn it. You bought it. But like stuff like this, it's like you didn't earn anything. There's no sense of accomplishment. And if you feel accomplished, you know, kudos to you, I guess. But botting is fatherless behavior. Yeah. My hope is that with Adventure Quest Infinity, we start fresh. We start with no botters. We end up with no botters. My biggest curiosity is how they're going to handle progression with Adventure Quest Infinity. I really hope they don't go the route of, like, okay, so I guess starting from the beginning, I really think that with Adventure Quest Infinity, as much as it would alienate some players, the whole point of Adventure Quest Infinity is reaching a new audience and having some of your players from the old times come forward. I think it would have been way better if they started you out in Adventure Quest Infinity with nothing. None of your stuff from Adventure Quest Worlds, none of that. Maybe your badges on your profile, maybe, but make sure people know that they're from Adventure Quest Worlds, because they're going to be stuck in a situation here with Adventure Quest Infinity that one of two things are going to happen. Like, they're gonna recreate their old content, because that's what they always do. They rehash the same stuff. That's all they're gonna do. They're gonna regurgitate the same stuff they already gave us from this game into the next one. They've already established they're recreating Darkon Saga. They're doing the 13 Lords of Chaos, etc. But something has to happen, right? They're porting all the items over. So if they restarted completely, they could start things fresh, do a whole new storyline, do it as if it was an entirely different game, kind of like how they did with World of Warcraft Classic. With this, they have to decide on if they're going to do the exact same missions, right? Like, are we going to do, you know, the same missions, same areas, same zones, same missions, so then you get the same items for doing the missions? And then people are left with a choice. Well, are they going to play Adventure Quest Worlds, where you're level 100, you can fly through it in no time at all, or are you going to do it on Infinity, where you're way weaker, and everything's going to take way longer for the exact same item? Or are they going to have to go the route of every single mission they have to redesign and recreate and redo, like a whole new system and new items for that are exclusive to Infinity, right? I really think they should just start it over completely. Alienate some players, make their stuff not transfer over. Let them play Adventure Quest Worlds if they want to play Adventure Quest Worlds. Have Infinity be its own thing where your progress is reset, not just your level, your gold, your ACs, your well, maybe not your ACs, let you keep your ACs, but everything else. Create your own new storylines, create a new main progression path. Because they are going to have to decide on if they want to make everything have the same exact rewards and no one wants to go for because they can just do an AQW way quicker, or they already have it, or have to create brand new rewards for the exact same thing, which is gonna be so much more effort on their part. Like, but they're also kind of clueless altogether, right? I mean, they just got $2 million in Kickstarter funds, and they have almost no progress to show for it. They hired what, two new artists, and that's it. Actually, I think one was a coder, one was an artist, so don't quote me 100% on that. But they only hired 2 new people off the $2 million they got. And they still haven't came out and said why the hell Arctics and Yurumi and other main servers just are not functioning right now. Like, there's no communication whatsoever. We don't know why the servers aren't working. We don't know anything. Like, how are you going to leave your community 100% in the dark and kill off your community like that? Like, you just got your community back because of the Adventure Quest Infinity Kickstarter, and you're gonna just ignore them and bleed your players. Because if you haven't paying attention, players are slowly trickling down, not super quick. But I can go ahead and imagine with the amount of posts that are on Reddit, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere, that the servers are having issues and having no answers. Definitely peeving people off. I mean, I don't even play on the main servers now, and that's all I used to do. And I have a decent PC. I have a more stable internet connection than most people. Like, and I can't even play on it. So I can only imagine how much it sucks to be with somebody who doesn't have that. The only thing I wish for AQI is having the MMO Holy Trinity, because not having the dedicated roles made the game unapproachable for a lot of people to write off the game. Yeah, the Holy Trinity of what? You're talking about support, tank, and DPS. I mean, yeah, this MMO is very different because you don't have that as much. I mean, with Ultras, you have to use that to a minor extent, but it's definitely not how it is in a lot of other games. That's absolutely for sure. Like, you're not having some person lure all the mobs, you're not having somebody specifically focused on healing and buffing, and you kind of are, but on a very minor scale comparative to the other ones. And people that have played a variety of MMOs will know exactly what him and I are talking about, but... Well, I'm finally done. Good luck all. I think them including movement and location of fights would be a good change. It'll be a positive change in the start in a new direction, that's for sure. I don't know how much I'm going to be a fan of it. I mean, a big part of it, this game for me, is the ability to just walk away and all that stuff with the kids. Because of the most failed runs. I don't want to taunt, especially when I start dailies, yeah. I think a big part of why, like, Ultras fail so much is also just the overall lack of information. There's such a small amount of YouTubers, there's such a small amount of useful information. Like, I'm not going to name names, but there's one YouTuber out there that every single piece of content he makes is absolute dog water. The guides are always way longer than everybody else's, yet somehow give less information. He has an extreme amount of subs in a big community, and just gets tons of support on all of his videos despite them being absolutely dog water. I mean, that's one person. And then, like, you know, there's others that don't focus on endgame content at all. Just people that give out misinformation. And none of this is to say that my content's perfect or that I think it is at all. But my main point here is just that there's not a lot of content creators, and the ones that we have in a lot of senses just aren't up to par. And so, like, you're gonna have people struggle with Ultras and other things because there's not enough information out there. There's also a lot of people that don't speak English, so, you know, you need to have content creators of other languages, so it further and further limits things even more. And then the taunt bug, yeah, you know, there's also the fact that the devs don't put in the time and work to actually make sure that their content works properly. What is going on with my chat? Right? Somebody courtesy barber is a low tier class. Yeah, they don't know what they're talking about, man. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's crazy. Ivory is a hardcore ultra guild, so being with people who can have a feeling of it is like therapy to me. Yeah, you're gonna have different levels of guilds. I think one thing that AQI needs to do is kind of like giving a lot of leaderboards to a lot of stuff. Like a lot of games have leaderboards and ideas of where people are at in the community. Like people know what guilds are big, what guilds are popular, without even being like a hardcore player in the game. Like AQW, there's so little information out there. You need to be you never know which guilds are good. You never know which players are decent. Whereas like Albion Online, I'll bring that one as an example again. In that game, you just kind of click on somebody. You can see what their reputation score is in that game, what they do most of, whether it be farming or PvP or anything like that. You can look up guilds. You could see a leaderboard. You could see that this person is like, like number 5 billion in the world. You know what I mean? Like, where's AQW? You have no clue who is who. You see a million people at level 100, but that level 100 could be somebody with 100 hours. That level 100 could be somebody with 1 trillion hours. Like, if I even bring up Grand Chase, which is an MMO, that's not as, not huge in the MMO space, but even in that game, you can kind of get a gauge or basic understanding of how far somebody is in that game, because once you hit max level in that game, you unlock what's called chase levels. And those chase levels go from anywhere to 1 to 999. And nobody in the world has yet to hit chase level 999. So you can easily tell how far somebody is in the game or not by just seeing that chase level. Anybody can help with the boss super quickly? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you for helping that person with the boss. I know obviously it doesn't help me directly, but obviously people being decent in the community does help. Ooh, I just got a new cosmetic thing to have guilds actually do something. Yeah, that's one of their plans with Guild Venture Quest Infinity, is making guilds actually do something. But right now they don't do anything. For over a decade now, or about a decade now, they just kind of say nothing. Yeah, levels in this game are kind of useless. They're 100% useless. I mean, the only thing that a level is good for is you get access to the next level of enhancement. So, like, the foraging system in this game is very basic, very tedious. Like, most games, like, not only do you get access to higher level gear as you level up, but you also typically get access to just better stats. Like, every time you level up, your character goes up, like, 10 HP points or whatever else, and then you also get to use your upgrades and stuff. But this game, it's just you level up and, well, you don't actually see anything bonus from the level up until you go just put on an enhancement that, there's no gear in this game realistically. Like, everything's a fashion item. Like, I understand the idea of having a transmogrification that you can show. Every game has that for the most part. Except, like, AQW doesn't make anything of it in a lot of games. Like, this game has one piece of gear that gives you stats and links to the enhancement, and then it has another piece of gear that you'd show off. But since they have that equip and that show set, they should have them actually give you some stats. And I'm not talking about just, 51% this, 15% that. I'm talking about, like, actually making gear feel like gear. Fashion is my biggest drive in games. And it's perfectly fine. It makes perfect sense to have fashion be a big drive, right? Like, fashion will always be a good or big thing. I'm not saying get rid of that. Like, definitely keep the show system so you can just show whatever piece of gear you want to show, but make the make the gear that you're equipping actually mean something. I think them including movement and location of fights would be good, Even with the 51% damage boost, they don't tell you it also increases your healing too. Yeah, that's another thing. They don't tell you half of anything that you should know. Like, all they have to do is put just a few words on your screen. Like, it can't be that hard to I never got big into development. I did very minor stuff with it. But I can only imagine it's not super hard to just add a few extra words on the screen. That's definitely an endgame on every game now. It's 100% an endgame thing. And I'm not saying get rid of it or change it, but I'm just saying make the gear do something. I don't even know what a raid would look like on AQW. I don't think anybody would know. It would probably look like a bunch of people standing there, the monster's doing nothing. Because everybody turns their frickin' everything down to literally nothing doing anything to make their game not break. You can even go even further than that and say, like, I don't know. I don't like the art style and the animations. I don't like the UI on AQI. I don't like anything that they're doing with AQI from what I've physically seen. Like, and I'm not talking smack. I'm just being critical of it, right? Like, art style on AQW is iconic, and you could tell the new versus the old. Adventure Quest Infinity, it isn't a finished product, and so much is going to change. And I think that's a big part of why I'm being critical of it so much, because right now is their chance to change and make things good and better in the long run. Because if they don't do it now, they're never going to do it. If they don't do it in the alpha phase, right? How are you going to create a new game and make the UI worse? I understand you want it to work on mobile, but again, two decent examples for that is going to be Osiris and Albion Online. The PC version of them look completely different than the mobile versions, but it seems like they're being as lazy as possible with Adventure Quest Infinity and making the UI look like total crap to make it work for mobile players. But why can't you just have two different UI sets? Why does PC have to have the same as mobile? Like, no other game is really doing that. I think they're getting on the right track. I like they're going back. If Weaver can class me, God takes me Munich. Yeah, there's positives to be said, but I mean, hey, Blinky is better for receipts if you want. We'll help you out. Just come on, SAF, whole gang's ready. Oh yeah, Blinky is definitely better for receipts, but I don't know, we're over halfway through this. We're chilling, we're having I'm having a conversation, I'm talking out loud, trying to respond to what people are saying. We're just kind of vibing at this point. Not even worried about efficiency, because my big thing too is your modern MMO player is like super worried about and I'm not talking specifically about you, Mythical, when I say this. Thank you so much for the invite. What I'm talking about specifically when I say this is a lot of players, streamers, YouTubers, regular gamers are worried about peak efficiency in every game these days. Like, if I play Grand Chase now, I can't find a single person in the park or hub area just chatting. You know, in a modern MMO, everybody's just in a room and they're telling you press X to like start the dungeon. They're telling you ready up, start the dungeon as fast as possible. Every game nowadays, every MMO is focused on just who has the best this, who has the best, you know, grindiest these or those. I can't tell you how many people are actually interested in just playing the game and taking it at their own pace and enjoying the random stupid crap you find along the way. Like, before I started doing content, that's all I did was just find the stupid crap in this game. Look at every tiny little thing. That's what me and my wife were doing. We're just looking and finding every little stupid nook and cranny in this game. I wasn't worried about endgame this, endgame that, whatever. And I'm still not entirely worried about perfect efficiency, right? I do try and post in the guides like the fastest, most efficient way of doing things. But I like to just chill and take things at my own pace for the most part. Like right now, I know I'm missing out on so many kills because the gorilla fence are dying so fast. I'm not even getting hits on half these guys because everybody's killing them. Like, and I'm not complaining about it. And I know some people would, because slowing down my efficiency, but I don't care. Everything has become a rush. I think the games industry is a whole big shift right now. It isn't a shift where like everything is just about what can you show off, what do you have that other people don't have. It's not about just enjoying the game. WoW brings back childhood. Did you have a time that you used the bots for? No, I think we already had a whole conversation about bots on the stream actually, because someone asked me about, you know, if I used them or not, or asked them how I thought about them, and kind of seemed almost bothered that I dogged on bots, but I don't use bots in this game. I play the game to play the game. You know, if the game's really that boring at some points in the grind, I throw Netflix on the side screen, or I throw them some nice like rock music and jam out, or you know, I have the kids on my lap, I let the 4-year-old press buttons, or I may let him press, you know, like I tell him what button to press, what number, and he'll use my skills for me. My 8-month-old will slap the hell out of the keyboard. I'll die, and it won't really matter, because at the end of the day, it's just a game. Sounds good? No, yeah, I agree with that. Holy hell, even though I'm guilty of it myself. Yeah. I love Arcana Evoker so much because I get to actually play the game. Grew up on an ESL. I didn't get into ESO, but so I can't speak too much in that one. But I know that at least in that game, your gear means something, right? Like, it's a very fun class. I think at some point before I switched tangents, I was complaining about the UI on Adventure Quest Infinity. Everything in Infinity looks ugly. The game looks ugly. The UI looks ugly. The animations look ugly. Everything in that game looks ugly, and it looks like so colorful, like they're pandering towards a new child audience. Like, it's nice to be colorful, but it looks like they're making everything so much brighter, like they want smaller children to play it. And it's like sometimes I feel like they're completely forgetting about their core audience, which is PC players, right? Despite the fact they want it to go on mobile, like they're making the whole thing look it's supposed to be a crappy mobile port, rather than having two separate UIs or, you know, focusing more towards their main player base. Like, yes, you're going to get some more mobile players, but your main audience is like, literally, if I look at my, you know, my almost 100,000 views I have on my channel in the short time I've been doing it, 80% of my audience is over the age of 25. 1 to 3% is less than 18 years old. Like, we don't need all these bright, bubbly looking enemies and characters. Like, it's fine. Like, you're forgetting about your core audience, which is your PC players. You're forgetting about your core audience, which is grown-ass adults, so you can pander to new people. And that's not how you get a new audience. That's how you lose the audience you already have. If you think AQI is bad, you haven't seen Dungeons & Dragons. It's so clunky. Yeah, but Dungeons & Dragons Online is clunky, but it's charming. It's old, and it's meant to be old. You got EverQuest, EverQuest 2. You got a bunch of games that are just old and clunky, but that's part of the charm. They're trying to go for a whole new game that's supposed to be like a 2027 release. They don't have that excuse of it being clunky. They don't have that excuse of being ugly. They've been in the game development business for over 20 years. This is a new project. This is something that's supposed to be new. It's supposed to be good. It's supposed to be, you know, it's supposed to be modernized. I don't care if like Dungeons & Dragons Online or EverQuest or Zwinky or frickin' IMVU or any other game that's been out for 20 frickin' years feels clunky or old. It's clunky and old. That's the whole thing. That's its whole shtick. Their audience already knows it's clunky and it's old. They already know that's, and they enjoy it. But if you're trying to introduce your old people into a new game, you want it to at least cater towards that audience that you're trying to pull over. Or you want it to actually feel modern and good if you are trying to attract a new audience. But you have to pick one or the other. But I feel like it's career sabotage to be like, yes, this is the exact same thing as our previous game, but modern, and then not make it a better version. Like, Grand Chase is an example of this. Again, Grand Chase. But like, I've played a fair few MMOs over the world, and COG games made quite a few mistakes with their development titles, and Grand Chase was a big one. Like, Grand Chase was a big game. Especially in the Korean and Brazilian audiences. And then they came out with L-Sword, and they were like, L-Sword is going to basically be the sequel to Grand Chase. And instead of actually properly working on them both at the same time, they eventually shut down the original one, despite having a equal, if not larger, player base than the new one, because they wanted to pull everybody over. They're like, oh, but you'll come over to this one, you'll get this nice little thing. And then L-Sword failed miserably after the shutdown of Grand Chase, and they brought it back, which is then just a few years, and the player base of Grand Chase dwarfs the player base of L-Sword. Because they decided, oh, we're going to chase a new audience, and we're going to shut down the old thing that everybody loved us for. And then they realized how absolutely wrong they were, thankfully, but it was already too late, because everybody that played Grand Chase lost everything they ever earned or owned in the game. And I really hope that Infinity doesn't do that. I mean, who knows how Ardix Entertainment will handle that, but I feel like they're isolating their players in the same way that they did there. Never ever heard of Grand Chase. Well, the big reason why you've never heard of it is because it's not popular in the US, right? It's a mostly Eastern global like game. So the most like West country that you'll find that plays Grand Chase is like Brazil, and you and I are too far west for that. I think the only real thing they nothing all is just the mechanics in general. The most fun boss out of Altereds was Queen Iona. I played Queen Iona a little bit. I just haven't gone back to her because of the fact that, I mean, this is a game that I play, like I said, like, with kids on my lap and this and that. I don't always have access to the mouse or the keyboard at the same time. Spent years in Asia. Yeah, I mean, that is true, but like I said, it's not a huge game. But there's a lot of other examples, right? That was just one example that I had. ESO was filming a lot of issues currently. They're currently going through a big rework. Yeah, I know. I heard ESO is going through a big rework. They were doing like, what was it called? Like huge updates. Now they're trying to switch to seasonal content or something like that. More consistent small updates rather than less consistent bigger updates. Something along those lines. It's been some time with Perfect World and some other one. Yeah. Well, I mean, my big reason why I explored so many games over the years, because like I said, I was an achievement hunter on Xbox for over 10 years. I think I have like nearly 2,000 games with at least one achievement in on Xbox, like a good 700 games that I have 100%ed on there. I played so many different games. The reverse charge is what makes you turn your brain on. Yeah, that is true. In relevance to Queen Iona. League of Legends is a big deal in Korea too. Yeah, League of Legends is a huge one. When I say like it, so for example, if I speak of Grand Chase and I say it was more popular in those countries, I don't mean like it was huge, right? Grand Chase is a game that's 20 years old. It's older than, actually it's 23 years old. Like this game is old as hell, right? To where even Noir was writing a history report on it. But the game's 18 years old and people look at that like it's old as hell. You got to think Grand Chase predates even World of Warcraft. It's 23 years old right now. So like when I say popular in those countries, I don't mean that like it's like League of Legends popular. I just mean that that's where the majority of its audience from. Like I think Grand Chase right now only pulls about 3,000 concurrent players. So what this game was pulling before the Infinity fiasco, that pulled a lot more people. Nothing huge, right? You know, so a lot of people don't know that AQW exists or that it still exists. Only difference is more people knew that this game existed to begin with because, well, it wasn't like on its own branded launch or anything like that. It's a game that you could play at the school library or anything like that, like a lot of us did. On my report, I legit had an entire section on how to report the game, just visual and sound cues. But at the end of the day, I'm not saying that Adventure Quest Infinity is going to be bad. I'm not talking smack on them. I'm just saying there's a lot of things that they really need to consider if they're going to make sure the game's a hit. Whether it be with the new audience, their current audience, and I don't want them to make them, you know, big mistakes. We know they do it because they have it on Dark Chronicle on the New World boss. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to say that the game's going to be a failure. I'm not saying I'm not going to try it. I'm not saying any of that stuff. I'm basically just saying, like, hey, I really hope they don't jack this up. I really hope they get it right, and I really hope they think about the decisions that they're making, because one small decision can easily change the way the game's looked at for years to come. Because, like, if the alpha's really bad, and then the beta's really bad, and the full release is bad, and it seems like they're not listening to any feedback, and they're just doing whatever the heck they want to do, that's not going to be the way that they're going to make money. That's not the way they're going to make a community, and that's not how they're going to make their game succeed. Because one thing that we've learned also from other games that have created sequels, especially when there was no full need for a sequel, is that sometimes the sequel can not only kill itself, but it can also in turn kill the original as well. So the game could be doing fine and have a decent player base and it's still surviving, but then the sequel can come out, split the player base, kill off the half that switched over. Now you're left with the fraction on the original. Now people can't do content because there's not enough people. More people quit because there's nobody to do content with. Then the game dies off completely. So that's, you know, that's another reason why it's important that they make sure Infinity goes well. Is not only can Infinity kill off this, you know, Infinity itself, but it can also kill off the original too. Despite there being no reason for it to fail right now, but Infinity could completely destroy it. Thoughts on botting, bro? I think they should add auto-attacking or something. I don't think there should be botting in AQW. I went on a whole spiel earlier on my thoughts on botting. I'll give you the shorthand version. If you're going to play a game, play it. If you're not going to play the game, don't play it. Don't put a bot on the game, make it play for you, and feel like you accomplished something. If the bot did it for you, you accomplished nothing. You just got on the game, the time to set up the game to not have to ever play it, and then you never played it. You accomplished nothing, you did nothing, yeah. And you contributed nothing, basically, you know, by botting. So, that's my thoughts on botting, shortest version. Bonus information in regards to my thoughts on botting is every MMO is grindy. It's nothing new with AQW. ESO is grindy, Grand Chase is grindy, Osiris is grindy. The new versions of RuneScape are grindy. Albion Online's grindy, Elsword's grindy, Perfect World's grindy. Every MMO ever is grindy. Like if you're not going to do the grind yourself, don't play MMOs. MMOs are for the grinders. They're for the people, you know, like originally they were for people that were just social, right? But now MMOs are for the people that want to grind. If you don't want to grind, don't play a grindy game. Go play an FPS. Go play a story game. Go play a game that suits your fancy. Don't load up the grindy game and then just not play the game and have a computer play it for you. Botting usually is a mechanics and service issue on a secret artificial difficulty. Yeah, so there's some MMOs, right, that like botting is a part of it. Like some games have built-in botting, and that's because of the fact that that's how they want you to play it. It's almost like an idle game. But those are more for your phone. Granted, there are some PC MMOs that, like, you know, they do have it in-game for you, and they do let you do it. But that's if it's part of the game itself. If it's not part of the core experience and it's not part of what the game actually allows you to do automatically, it's just laziness. Someone in stream said it's fatherless behavior. I'm not gonna, as a father, I'm not gonna say, you know, that anybody that does botting is a loser, but I am gonna say it's very disappointing. Like Throne Liberty, but it takes the fun out of the game, yeah. Yeah, Throne and Liberty is another example of an MMO. I don't know what they've changed. I haven't played it recently enough to commentate on it, but I know that they really ruined a lot of stuff in that game since the launch. And that game ended up being like a majority PvP game as well, which also disappointed me, because I was trying to get a PvE experience. But I think it's mostly gray area in AQW in my opinion. Yeah, it's entirely fair. Anyways, once I get to 222 bananas, one more final time here, guys, I am going to turn the quest in, and I'm going to end up calling the stream quits. We're not going to be doing a full 2-hour stream tonight, because we did already stream for 2 hours today. For our celebration house party, but just a few last things to go over before the end of the stream. One, make sure you guys hit that follow button if you're on Twitch. Make sure you guys hit that sub button if you're on YouTube. And, you know, just turn those notification bells on so you guys get notified rather, sorry. Special Salamence, thank you for the follow. And make sure you guys hit those things so you guys get notifications for when I, you know, do streams in the future, or even when I make video guides, because as much as I do make commentary on these streams, my style is very different in some ways, right, on my YouTube channel videos. Every Friday I do the weekly update. Those are my main commentary videos, because those I do live in a sense. Like, I don't actually live stream them, but I don't do much editing on them. I kind of just do raw dog the experience, typically give my thoughts on it, explain to you guys like what you can get it from, all that good stuff. Then I have my main guide content, which is like how you get this, how you get that, fast efficient farm for these or those, and blah blah. But anyways, regardless, any support helps, right? Subs, views, follows, you know, it's completely free. So work my way right now to 1,000 subs so that I can get ad revenue. But we are at that point where the stream mostly needs to end. So we are going to Discord. We do have a small Discord community. If you guys click that link, it will pull you into said Discord. And, you know, we do things on there. We chat. We have a show-off channel for anybody who wants to show off anything they have or that they've earned. etc., etc. I think that's pretty much it. Trying to figure out what event to do next, because we did do our celebration house party today, but I want to change it up a lot, because today's wasn't the best. We had a lot of trolls. A lot of fatherless behavior in the early day stream. Yeah, what Katie said. I don't know if the Discord link works on YouTube, but you can always go into my description, all that stuff. Anyways, we are done here tonight. I will see you guys in tomorrow's stream again at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Battle on.